Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. And, well, I thought I was going to come and watch a nice, good sprint race, right? But, well, what can I change in 24 hours? After Lewis Hamilton gets pole position in qualifying, the latest is he has just been disqualified from qualifying for a DRS infringement. Apparently, Max Verstappen, for touching Lewis's car, he only gets a fine. He doesn't get a penalty. He only gets a fucking fine. Yeah, but Lewis Hamilton gets disqualified. Figures. Yeah. Yeah, he's disqualified from qualifying. He'll start at the back of the grid. Not to mention, he's then got to have another penalty added on to that after the sprint race, a 5-place grid penalty. So if that's going to hurt his title hopes, that this could put the final nail in the coffin, right? If it all goes wrong from here. Got Tycho with me. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Yeah, it's a shame Lewis got disqualified. Really, I was hoping for a good race, as you said, but in the end, there's nothing we can do. Really.
Well, apparently, from what I'm reading, and I'm looking it up right now. Let me have a look at the DRS infringement. Lewis Hamilton's been stripped from his P1 for the F1 sprint after a technical infringement was found in this Mercedes W12, meaning, right, he took P1 for the more than 4 10s, but now Hamilton's been disqualified from Friday's qualifying session due to an infringement found on the rear wing of his car. He will now have to start from last place on. Right, so whilst touching and examining Hamilton's rear wing, Max Verstappen was handed a €50 fine. Right, right, which right, right. If you're gonna punish someone for doing that, then fine. So ahead. So what is it? That when the DRS system is not activated, the gap must be between 10 and 15 millimeters. The car past this part. That's it. Right. Hang on a minute. Trying to find ahead of the sprint event, the stewards explained why they handed the penalty to Lewis Hamilton. They said, in lay terms, there is a gap between the upper and lower parts of the rear wing. When the DRS is not activated, this gap must be between 10 millimeters and 15 millimeters. The car passed this part of the test. When DRS is activated, which raises the upper element of the wing to a flatter position, the gap must be between 10 and 85 millimeters. The maximum gap is measured in accordance with TDO 11-19 by pushing an 85 milligram gauge against the gap of the maximum load of 10 newtons. If the gauge goes through, then the car has failed the test. In this case, the gauge was not passed through at the intersection of the wing, but did at the outer section of the wing. This test was repeated 4 times with 2 different gauges, once being done in the presence of the stewards, representatives of the competitor. So basically, whilst under load, it's not 85 millimeters gap in the DRS system. That could give you maybe another tenth or 2. So that means he would have still got pole anyway. But now he has to start from the back of the grid, and I'm fuming. Right? How is it? How is it that, like, how the hell have Mercedes managed to let that happen? How have Mercedes missed that part of the bloody wing? They don't seem to do it with Bottas, right? But Hamilton, like, they've seemed to miss that one completely. What the hell? Right? How are the engineers not spotted that? Right? You all got to do stringent tests on these things. I'll give in. Right? No matter what he tries to do, he's getting punished left, right, and centre. Right? To be honest, like, people might look at this championship, and if Max Verstappen wins this championship, I'm going to sit here and say, right, Hamilton's made no mistakes. He's hardly made any mistakes. To me.
Hamilton himself hasn't made any mistakes, really.
He hasn't made any mistakes. Imola was probably the one mistake, and that's probably it.
Yeah, for the rest, it's all been like either Mercedes or another, or Bottas even, or another driver. You know, it's never been. Well, sometimes it hasn't been his fault. Sometimes, arguably, maybe, but most of the times it hasn't been his fault.
No.
So.
Right, but this, like I said earlier, Mercedes just like their strategy calls. Like, I've been calling them out since 2018 that they're going to have a poor strategy, and that they have poor strategy decisions, and that James Vowles is a liability, right? And it's turned out that way. It's turned out that way for me. Like, James Vowles, what he needs to do is take a long fucking hard look at himself. That's what he needs to do. He needs to take a long, hard look at himself in the mirror and think, is he cut out to be a good strategist? Because most of the times his strategies this season have been crap. They have been shocking. Absolutely shocking. Right? Unfortunately, when you're a driver, people say, well, why can't Hamilton just make the decision for him? Unfortunately, Hamilton has so much of data. Right? Mercedes have data from the not just from what's on circuit, from what's going on back at base, right? How they won the Spanish. If you watch, I think F1 did a video of how Mercedes won, the Spanish Grand Prix with their strategy, right? And the call for a two-stop didn't come from the pit garage; it came from Brackley. It came from Brackley analysing back there. So when an engineer tells you, box, 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 this is the best option, you have to believe that because it's got thousands of people saying it's the best option. So, so as a driver, you're naturally going to do that because you know more. So, yeah. But I love that. Like, he examines and touches Lewis Hamilton's car, and he gets a €50,000 fine. Well, if he's mucking about with his car, that's a disqualification. Well, that's a penalty. Surely. And what's the point? What's the point in punishing him? What's 50,000 euros? That's a joke. If you're actually going to punish him for doing that, book him a couple of places on the grid. Yeah. Where it hurts.
It's a real joke.
That's a joke. I'm sorry. Like, I expect that. Like, if that's a technical infringement, then fine. Like, he deserves to get to the back of the grid. But if you're if you're screwing about with someone else's car, right, and they find you actually doing something like to that car, you should be punished as well. Simple.
Has there been actual proof of him tampering with it though? Like from the videos, all I could see was him touching.
No, what's happened? That him and examining and touching the car. Like, apparently. Let me just have a look at it. So examining Hamilton's rear wing in part for May. Max Verstappen has been fined €50,000 for touching and examining the rear wing. So usually drivers examine the rear wing, but they stand there and look at it in part Fermi. You can stand and look at the car. You can look at any part of a rival's car in part Fermi. That's fine, right? But if you're touching it, then you're tampering the car. It's in part Fermi conditions. It can't be touched unless it's touched by engineers, right? And it can only make certain little changes. You can't touch it. So in that case, then he should be docked places on the grid.
Yeah.
How is that not getting docked places on the grid? That's a joke. That is a joke. Like, that's more like said, here you go, Verstappen, here's the title. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like the FI just gone, here you go, have it. Have it. You have it. Right? We're bored of Hamilton winning it. You have it. You know?
And they say Mercedes ruled the FIA.
Oh yeah, and they say Mercedes are all up FIA's ass, and like they've always had it their own way. Yeah, right.
Don't know.
Yeah, right. Right. Do me a favour, turn it in.
Yeah.
Oh, Valentino Rossi's final race this season as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you actually think that technical infringement? Did you really think that would have cost Lewis Hamilton pole if it was fixed?
No. But I mean, of course, rules are rules. I guess they do have to.
There you go.
They have to
Karen,
disqualify him. I guess it's.
Karen Horn. Look, gets out the car, right, and he's touched. Like, can't gets out the car. Let's have a look at this. And why is there a bloody advert? Jesus Christ. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I'm gonna bring in a starting grid any second now. But I just want to see what he does here. At the back of the car, he's bloody touching it and testing it out. Look, and on like yeah. I'm sorry, who are you to do that? Right? And I'm sorry that and Karen Horner could say as much as he. Karen Horner is obviously saying he'd be amazed if if Max Verstappen gets a penalty. Are you joking? Right? I bet if it's Hamilton, you'll be like, nah, he should be disqualified. Right? Be disqualified. How dare he do such a thing? Right? He could be damaging parts of our car. You know what I mean? It's crap. I'm fuming already, man. I'm fuming. You know? No, I'm fuming because, like, I want it to just be an out-and-out fight. Like, and as much as it's as much as it's like a technical infringement, it would cost Hamilton a tenth or two to set that up right. So that would have meant that he would have still been on pole. So,
yeah, but I mean,
you know what I mean. So what's the point? What's your point? It's hardly make a difference.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a rule, and he's not above the rules in any way. So I mean, they would have done it with anyone really, even if it was 2 seconds in front, they would have still.
Yeah, but
they would have
sometimes
still.
it's like it's. Remember, James Hunt was like 1/8 inch too wide of his car in Spain, and he overturned that because there's no gain advantage. There's no advantage gained, and that's the thing. It's so that unless it was a significant failure where it actually going to give him about two or three tenths, which I don't think it wasn't. Otherwise, they would have to be changing the rear wing this morning, which they haven't. So that obviously meant it wasn't that bad. So that clearly means to me that like it needed it was about 5 millimeters out. Well, that makes no difference whatsoever. And anyone that says that does, they're talking shit. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like,
I mean, we'll really have to see. I mean, I have a feeling Lewis is gonna do very well in this sprint race. I really do. I feel it.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to just get his razor blades on his. You know, like the chariots, they have like fucking they have blades on his wheels. He's gonna have them. He's gonna have to be tearing freaking like punches in people as they go past to get out of the way. Like, get out the goddamn way. Like,
get out.
Like, get out. Like, I don't care if he bumps people off the track. Bollocks to it.
Well, but then it would be.
Nah, Verstappen could do it. Oh yeah, look, you see that helmet? You see the 7 stars? There's something Max Verstappen will never have on his helmet. 7 stars. Big up Jordan in the chat. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe button. This is going to be hectic now because, like, what I need then is Bottas, do yourself a goddamn favor and get on the get him into turn 1. Do something for once at the end of your goddamn career. If you're saying that your target is to get both championships for Mercedes, right? Stop driving like a bloody idiot, like you did in Mexico, and actually fight for it, right? Don't be a bottle job. Bloody fight for it then, as hard as everyone else has been doing. You know what I mean? Like, you come out with all this crap saying, "Oh, I want to win both titles for the team. That's how I want to go out." But then you go and let Max Verstappen through on the outside in Mexico, right? Because you ain't got the balls, right? Fight for it, man. The reason Hamilton's better than you is because he gets out and fights for it, right? He doesn't take no crap from anyone.
Imagine Bottas actually turns straight to right into Verstappen.
Oh,
That
mate.
would be.
If he does Skittles into Max Verstappen and takes him out, mate, I'll be jumping for joy. Oh, mate.
Will you forgive him after last week?
Yeah. Oh, mate, I'll forgive him for next week. I'll be like, mate, like, just like, if he takes himself out, I'm just like, do me a favour. So what? Make sure he's damaged enough. He's got to have start from the back of the grid. And 2, do me another favour. What? Take him out again in the race. I mean, like, Mercedes can afford it. If Mercedes can afford it, we're like, they've got a point ahead in the championship, so they can afford it. Like, to just like take him out in the sprint race, and then just take him out. All right, and if you don't take him out in the sprint race, and Max Verstappen wins the sprint race, and you finish second, make sure you do it in the race. That's where the points are won. Right, so make sure you do it there, like, because like that if he does it there, then he is forgiven. Absolutely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
10 minutes to go.
10 minutes to go until the race starts. Lando Norris now fist pumping everyone before he gets in the car. He does that to every single person in around his car. Everyone. Like, just like a ritual. Every driver has their own little ritual or something. Like, some drivers don't only go on get in on one side of the grid, on one side of the car. Sorry, they don't actually get on the other side. Just like some habit or something. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you do the same thing for 8 years, it would be a habit to stay doing it, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, like Hamilton, if he's always got on the right side, on the left-hand side of the car, and he's won 7 titles doing that, he's going to stay doing that. He's not going to change it. It's like, it's a good luck charm. Thanks. Great. It's such a shame because that was really such a good qualifying session by Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
I think he would have took pole even without it. That's the thing. That makes so little difference whatsoever. It really does. It makes hardly anything, and I mean hardly. Like, so he would have still got pole position anyway. I just don't get it. Right. So if he's got that genuine pace, because I still think even with that infringement, he's got genuine pace that's faster than the Red Bull around here, right? Then he should be able to get up. Get up by what position do you think he'll get up to? Don't even like, he's got a bloody grid penalty as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got a good penalty for the Grand Prix itself, isn't he?
I think he'll get into the top 10. I'm not exactly sure the exact position.
He's going to have to get into the top 10.
I'll say 7th.
If Bottas can get in front and keep the pack bunched up, Then all well and good. Either that or just take Max out. By the way, I don't condone driving into other people, but like you know.
Only if it's title.
Well, like Schumacher did it in '94 and '97, so you know these things happen. But then, no doubt, people will go say, "Oh, it was all planned by Hamilton." Like Hamilton told Bottas to do it. You know what I mean? They'll come up with some weird bullshit. You know what I mean? Please tell me as soon as he puts that on, he broke it. I remember one time he put the steering wheel on, he broke it. And it forced him into retirement. Please tell me it does it. If it does, I'll be so funny. It would be. It'd be so funny if that happened. What do you think the sprint how the sprint races have been?
I mean, they've been lackluster this season. Like both. What was the first one again?
Britain.
Yeah, UK. I mean, it was like
Boring.
all three tracks have been quite difficult to overtake in, I guess. So the sprint races so far haven't been the greatest examples. And like you've said many times with sprint races, it's just the cars. And next season, it would be a lot better for sure.
Yeah,
But
I think they might need to just do another season as a tester.
yeah, I mean, I still like it. I still like them. It's an interesting concept, I guess. But
To be honest, like part of me wants them to fail because I'm a traditionalist. So
yeah,
I like it. I like it the way it was. You know what I mean? I liked it the way it was. So I'd just rather just leave it. So if my humble opinion, I'd rather it just fail because I just like it the way it was. You know what I mean?
I would maybe scrap the points completely from the sprint races because like the 3 points you gain if you win it, it's barely anything really.
I think it's just like no. The only reason they've done 3 points is because they didn't want it to affect the title. They would apply more points. They'll apply more points to it if it becomes an actual thing. But they didn't want it to affect the title race too much. That's why only top 3 drivers get points in the sprint race, and it's only 3, 2, and 1. So it doesn't really affect the championship too much. So like that, if they do decide to go with the sprint, they would add more points to it, and more people would be able to get points. So like there we are. Anyway, here we go. You're literally about 2 minutes away from lights out now. As they play the intro now. So like if Bottas gets in turn 1 and wins the race, wins the sprint.
You know what? I would like to see a Gasly win. Really, that would be interesting. Don't see it happening.
The only way that's going to happen is if the top 2 take each other out.
Yeah. Like it's probably just gonna be Verstappen. I don't see Bottas doing anything. He's been so lackluster this season that I don't see it happening. It's probably just gonna be a Verstappen walk away.
Yeah, that's the problem. He just can't fight. Big up, Joy. Big go 44. Yes, mate. Go Hamilton. Like, like even if he started from the back of the grid, like still, like don't forget, like he won. What did he? He won the Brazilian Grand Prix. No, he won this title at the Brazilian Grand Prix when he fell out of that important 5th position with 2 laps to go. You know. So there you go.
Four minutes to go.
So yeah, F1 sprint. So Verstappen first, Bottas in second, followed by Perez third, Gasly fourth. The 2 Ferraris 5th and 6th. Then it's the 2 McLarens of Norris and Daniel Ricciardo. The 2 Alpines of Alonso and Ocon, 9th and 10th. Then it's Sebastian Vettel and Yuki Tsunoda. The two Alfa Romeos of Kimi Raikkonen and Giovinazzi, 13th and 14th. Then followed by Stroll and Nicholas Latifi in 15th and 16th. 17th will be George Russell and 18th Mick Schumacher. And last row, 19th is Mazepin, and Lewis Hamilton will start at the back of the grid with that penalty of disqualification. So I'm about to... Right. 2021 Brazilian Grand Prix, F1 sprint race. Here we go. Come on, Lewis. I wondered if, like, fine, 50,000 euros. That's a joke of a penalty. Might as well just not have bothered. You know what I mean? They might as well just not have bothered, because that's nothing. Right? That's 2 pence to frigging Max Verstappen. No, in these drivers. You know what I mean? So I think, like, what we need to, I think, like, for Hamilton now, it's just throw it in, go all in, throw it for the win. You know what I mean? Like, go all out for this fight. So, but yeah, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe button. Hit the share button as well. Do join on the membership as well, from as little as $1.99 a month. Right, you get great perks on that. If you are watching on Facebook, if you watch on YouTube, you can join the membership to help support Children's Liver Disease Foundation. It really is important as you do that. So yeah, but right, so car is now ready. Right, all on the medium tire for this race, or for the sprint race. They all start on the medium tire. There's like, maybe they should like throw up the option of starting on a softer tire. Right, 24 laps. Yeah, you could do the 24 laps on the soft tire easily. You know, so maybe you should like throw up the option of like starting on the softer tire, and also have more of a degradable softer tire, so that if you want a softer tire, you might have to manage it a bit more, but you get extra pace at the start. Oh no, Bottas is on the softer tire.
Oh.
So why is Bottas on the softer tire?
Did Bottas just go? What's Bottas doing?
Hamilton's on the medium tire. Nick Schumacher and Mazepin are on the soft. So why didn't they start Hamilton on the softer tire? Give him the grippier tire. Why don't they give Hamilton the grippier tire? That's what I don't get. Why don't they just give him the grippier tire? That makes no sense. Maybe they've done it for Hamilton for Bottas to make sure, try and get that jump off the start. Because obviously you get extra grip off the start with the softer tire. If you can get that right, please do me a favour. Do me a favour.
Or just make sure to hit the like. Only 4 drivers have gained points from the sprint races. I thought it would have been more, to be honest. Here we go.
Right, here we go. They're all lining up on the grid now. Make sure to tune in right now. Hamilton being literally like the last guy, and he's taking frigging ages. He's taking his time because he knows like how Bottas is going to have more residual heat in his tyre being on the softer. So they're still lining up. They're still lining up. Still
Come
lining
on, let's
up.
go. We have a sprint race. Come on. Look how far back Lewis is.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's lights out. And away we go.
Away we go, and it's a good start by Bottas. Bottas can get down into turn 1. Yes, Bottas!
He's taken the lead.
Yes!
Great start.
That's what I wanted to see.
Lewis already gained some positions.
Come on! Yes! Go on, Sainz! Go on! Go on!
Yes. Go on, Carlos.
Force him off! Yes!
Bump him off.
Yes!
Oh. Yes.
Whoa! Max Verstappen down to third. Sainz takes second away from turn 4. Bottas leads with Perez fourth. Leclerc, I think he's fifth.
Where's Lewis at?
Like Norris sixth. Where's Lewis Hamilton at right now? He is now moved up to 16th already. Right,
good.
Making places already. So here we go. Like, and a lock up by one of the Alpines there. But it's Bottas, Sainz, Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc. Right, they all come around to the very last corner, the corner that won Hamilton the 2008 world title, right? And already Hamilton lining up his next victim, right? Max Verstappen can't get near that Ferrari. And Leclerc takes third defense from Norris.
Oh.
And Hamilton takes 14th from Tsunoda. Already, Hamilton's back up the grid. And there's a spinner.
Oh.
There's a spinner.
Is it Kimi? I think it's Kimi.
That's Raikkonen.
Yeah, it's good.
Raikkonen has spun at turn 1. But most importantly, it's Bottas first, Sainz second, and Max Verstappen has dropped to third. Right? That will give Max Verstappen 1 point because Perez ain't going to fight him for that point. Of course not. So go down into turn 1, and both Alfa Romeos, and oh no, Giovinazzi get tags Kimi Raikkonen.
That's not going to help Giovinazzi's case.
Didn't give it. Oh, we got Connor in the building. Sorry about that. Connor.
Nice to see Mercedes already cheating to try and get themselves up in the places.
Come on.
Oh, they hardly made a difference. He was still got pole anyway.
Pushed him off to make sure that he would get cheated out of getting him put back in third. Nicely done. Can't give him the points, huh? Can't.
Hang on. Everyone says that Mercedes have got the rules over the FIA. Where's Hamilton?
I mean, you've already shown that you're fair. You're open to cheating this race by having Hamilton start at the back of the grid because he cheated twice. Oh, and then he also has a bad engine.
He hasn't cheated twice. It's a technical infringement. And then Max Verstappen, like, gear sync problem all the time. Bro, Max Verstappen having problems with his gear sync all the time at the minute. So he's having problems with selecting, obviously, the gears at the minute. So
yeah, but it looks like he's going to overtake Sainz soon. He looks like he's getting mighty close. Next time there's a DRS, he gets a chance for DRS, he's going to pass him. But it's nice to see that Mercedes is showing how much they like to cheat.
Right, and then Max Verstappen gets punished for breaking the regulations as well.
Yeah, he did. He got punished. He got fined $75,000.
No. We're talking about not a £10 fine, right? Because that's what it means.
But why would he get a penalty, a grid penalty for just?
Hang on.
He didn't know. He didn't know. It's been confirmed that he didn't.
They tested the rear wing afterwards. You never know. That could have been that Max Verstappen's fault breaking.
No, but they already confirmed that it wasn't. They said there was not enough. They watched video from Lewis's car.
Max Verstappen has now taken second place back, and Hamilton all the way around the outside of.
He's on the hunt. He's going to catch Bottas.
He's on the hunt. He's going around the wide. He's gone wide, but he's going back on. He's going to bet back on the power. He's going to try and take the Alfa Romeo next. Go on, Lewis. Have it. Go on. extra power in that Mercedes with the brand new engine.
No, but I just think if you actually listen to what the steward said, they looked
Oh,
at
he's
the
all over the
camera.
back of him.
They looked at the camera from Lewis's car itself, and it showed that he didn't do enough to where there would have been any tampering. He just got fined because he actually like touched the rear wing, but he didn't do anything to tamper with it. He was just inspecting it. I mean, hey, it's not nearly as bad as Inspector Sebastian Vettel. We all know about Inspector.
Oh my
Inspector
god, he spends ages. But like
kicking the
there we
wheels
go. So
and
Bottas just
looking
gets
at
a
everything.
much better launch in the second part of the launch.
Sorry.
All right, let me look at the start
Straight down the
again.
inside.
Let me look at the start again. I may rescind you guys cheating by sending him Verstappen off of the. Okay, yeah, never mind. You're good.
No, that was science sending him off it. That was
Yeah.
science. That
No,
was
that's-
science. Watch, this is science. How is
Oh,
that
yeah.
Mercedes? Yeah,
No, I'm
look,
just-
watch.
It's just a wind up. You know me. I'm just trying to wind you up. It's
Yeah,
too much
shut
fun.
up. Shut up. And then Perez does the same to Leclerc. What you on about?
Shout out to Lando Norris. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Lando.
He,
Right.
we are. You know that he's actually 2 months younger than I am.
Yeah, he's 21 now, isn't he?
He's 22 now.
He's 22. Wow.
Yeah, he turns 22 today, and I just
I
turned
wish I could
22.
drive a
That
1,000 brake horsepower car at 22 years old.
right? I'm 22, and I just turned 22 in September. Now he's turned 22.
Mm.
It's like
Look at
I saw this thing where it's like there's 3 stages of being an adult watching sports.
I'm just watching
makes-
Carlos Sainz's start, and he got such a good start. Then he
It was
got
a brilliant
the toe,
start.
a good toe off Max Verstappen, and he was like, "Yeah, see you later, mate."
There's 3 times that you feel old in sports. It's when you look up to somebody.
because look, Max Verstappen was having problem with the gear sync.
Oh yeah,
He was having problem with the gears, and
then he got passed.
and
probably
and
couldn't
part
get into
of
the
it
gear he
condition-
wanted.
Don't forget, he can't change that, and that's got to last him throughout a Grand Prix as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think he'll be fine because you still have Hamilton, who's going to have to take a 5-place penalty after the end of this race,
Yeah,
and that
but,
could send him
like-
back outside the top 10.
That's all right, but like that's over a semi race.
Come on,
Like,
Norris. Norris needs to get past Leclerc.
Hamilton fastest lap, so obviously that technical infringement obviously didn't really dampen his pace, did it?
Well, I don't
Right.
think. Yeah, well, of course, because especially when it's 85 millimeters, you can be at 86
Yeah,
and a half,
by
and it's
the-
not going to give
can
you
I
a
just
ton.
can I just make also a point as well? James Hunt was 1.1 inch too wide on his car in the Spanish Grand Prix, and it was overturned because it did made no gain advantage in speed.
And we could, and the thing is with that though, is I think right now they're trying to, the FIA is trying to show that there's no gray areas. You can't be super close. It's if you are at all over, you have to be penalized. So I think that's what they're trying to set the precedence on. I'm just happy because it looks like Norris is in 6th and he's about to get past Leclerc because he's been sniffing
and now
Leclerc for a while.
oh, here we go. Hamilton, Alonso all over again.
Yes,
Oh,
come on,
man,
keep him
hungry.
behind.
Alonso, do us a favor, just piss off and get out of the way.
No. He's
Get
like
out
I'm.
of the way!
He's trying to
Yeah.
win the overtake award this season. He's not going to let him by.
No,
That's
no.
not kind of. That's not.
Go on, Lewis. Don't forget what he did to you in 2007. Have him.
I will say it's a great. Mercedes really responded well to how bad they had a Mexican. Their Mexican Grand Prix was awful, and they've really responded
Yeah.
well with how quick this car has been in Brazil.
Yeah, and I knew Hamilton was quick round here, but like he's been on fire.
He's been really fast.
To be fair, even like that qualifying session, he was just in another league of his own. He was
Yeah, I
just,
think
like,
honestly,
another level.
if there's no DQ, I think Hamilton runs away with this entire weekend.
Oh mate, yeah,
Easily.
absolutely.
I think Verstappen's 3rd if he's lucky because I think even Bottas has been extremely, even though he finished behind him in the qualifiers,
Come on,
he's still
Liz.
extremely quick. Nope, he is
Right.
keeping him back. Fernando is not allowing him to go by.
Yeah, because he's a prick.
Ooh, and Norris is now with it. Norris is now 6/10, but is only 6.
6/10 of Leclerc, yeah.
He's
And,
right
you know
there.
how slow that the Ferrari is in a straight line. But then
Yeah.
look at Sergio Perez. He's struggling to pull away. But
He's starting to get away a little bit on-
tires.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
he's got a second on Leclerc though.
Come on, Sainz, Leclerc.
Struggling with tire. Oh wow, because he went on the sauce early, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think the
That's
sauce
fine.
wasn't a great idea because I don't know if it's going to last you 24 laps.
should do.
Pirelli says it, but we saw what happened with Pirelli in Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
do
this
we-
is way within range.
Do we want to talk to Lance Stroll and
No,
Mark Verstappen?
we're not. I mean, like Verstappen, I don't know what he was moaning about, but like, here we go, Lewis. Lewis. Bye, Fernando. Bye. Like side by side, and he's like, "Yeah, get out my fucking."
Yeah, but you know who he's got? He's got another veteran ahead of him next.
Vettel.
He's got
Ricardo and Vettel.
He's got Ricardo and Vettel. He's got two veterans who have been around for quite a long time behind him. And
yeah, what? Hamilton, like, he's already 3/10 behind Ricardo. That's it.
So as of right now, if it finishes like this, Hamilton is in 16th to start.
I know but it's coming up all the time. Every lap he's getting.
Norris is now almost 5/10 back.
Holding behind Leclerc. Come on.
Come on, pass him.
No,
I want to see Norris on the podium.
Lando going down in the inside.
No,
Falls to the wall.
Get him.
Go on, Leclerc. Go on, Charles.
Come on, Lando.
Yes, defensive work. Brilliant
Good
driving.
defending, Leclerc.
Great driving by Leclerc. Very aggressive.
He's going to get him, though. You know he's going to get him, though.
He's still going to get him down. And look, straight across, and he goes right to the outside. Oh, and he takes the place.
Attaboy, Lando.
Nate takes 5th. Really aggressive driving, but
nicely done. Birthday boy wants his points. The birthday boy wants his points, and he sees that Perez is pulling away.
Oh, Ricardo, get out of the way!
Come on, Ricardo, keep him out.
Get lost. Like,
you got some really good people in front of you. If you want to sniff the podium,
it's all right, mate.
You have. Cool. I think honestly, it's funny enough. One person who's not driving nearly as well as I thought he would be is Pierre Gasly. Is still down in 7th.
Yeah, but unlike Pierre Gasly, is like unlike Pierre Gasly, like Tsunoda took 1 lap.
Oh yeah. But I think Tsunoda doesn't deserve a spot.
Hamilton's got him now.
I think he's got him, but I'm hoping he holds him.
No, actually, he lost a bit on the way in. He lost.
Yeah, he lost a bit because he lost a little bit with that. He hit the curb a couple times a little bit too hard, and now he's lost a bit.
Come on, Lewis.
He does not have that slipstream going in. Oh, Perez is sniffing. Perez really wants that spot.
Yeah, he really does.
He's telling Sainz, "Hey, I'm Red Bull. You need to get to the back." Which, hey, I'm fine with because I want Ferrari to do as bad as possible this weekend.
Struggling to follow behind another car.
Come on, don't let him by. Don't let him by. Attaboy. Nicely done. Keep him behind you. Hey, why don't you pass Vettel as well? Go past Vettel, keep him behind, and let's keep moving forward here.
If he gets past Ricardo, the McLarens are arseholes. They are such arseholes to overtake.
Hey, hold up. Apparently, according to Hamilton, Norris is a great driver.
Yeah, I'm just saying, McLaren have just been arseholes this season to get by.
Oh, well, yeah, because you gave us your engine, so we're just as fast on straight lines.
They gave them the idea of doing that.
The worst thing that you did this offseason, not even just not upgrading your car, was to give us Mercedes engines to a team that already finished P3 in the Constructors last year.
Yeah.
Because that made us even faster on straight lines and gave us more reliability.
Come on, Lewis. You can get him.
Ooh, and Norris is just a 1.5 seconds back of Perez now. It's within a 1.5 seconds, actually. He is really coming up. And Hamilton still cannot pass Ricardo.
No, because he's stuck behind this gaggle of cars.
And he's getting dirty air as well. And we know how bad Mercedes are behind the dirty air.
Come on, Lewis. Come on, you can do it.
He's going to get him eventually. I'm just hoping he doesn't get him until lap 15 or so. And I'd like Ricardo to pass. I'd like Ricardo to pass Vettel because he's only a second behind Vettel. If he can pass Vettel first, that'd be great.
How much is a sprint race worth?
3 in first, 2 in second, 1 in third.
Yeah.
And
not a ton.
He's getting Ricardo on the straight.
He might, but he took that a little bit too wide sniffing around, so I don't know.
Well, I'm not bothered about what the championship looks like right now. The race ain't finished.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that gap. Look at that 20-point gap.
Yeah. Do you remember what happened in 2008 at the circuit?
Hold him behind Sainz. Hold him behind. Come on.
Go get him. Go get him, Perez.
No.
All I keep reminding people is what happened.
That's right. Are you a Ferrari fan? Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, see, so we have McLaren and Ferrari. So instead of having, we don't have our usual Red Bull fans around. So it's the battle for P3 rivalry in the chat right now.
Yeah, but I like everyone really. I don't mind anyone.
The thing is for me, I like Ferrari. Like of course, being an ex
Where's that
McLaren.
chat? Where is that chat? That chat that you have. I
Like,
thought you said you had a group chat.
no, like this chat right here, like the chat we're having now.
This chat. Okay.
Like, I love Carlos Sainz. He's one of my favorite. I think he's one of the most underrated drivers on the entire grid. And then Leclerc, of course, is a phenomenal driver. I'm McLaren, so I want us to do well.
Yeah.
Come on,
Ooh,
get
look
a
at
good exit
that.
from here. Get a good exit from here.
Ricardo's only 6 tenths behind, and so is Hamilton.
Come on, boy. That's it. Good exit. Good exit. Go on. Go after him now. Go.
That's a great exit. Yeah. I think he got a little bit oversteer. A little bit oversteer. Come on, go past Vettel.
Oh, yes, him.
Yes.
Yes, him.
Yes.
Yep. Hamilton in the P10.
Yep, he's going to get him. And he's got him.
Go.
Yeah, but now he's got to get behind Vettel, and Vettel's not an easy customer.
Nah. Done. Like, who said that Vettel was washed? Yeah, he's washed. Get out of it. Has been. Hamilton's put him in his
I'm behind you guys. I'm on the F1 stream, so I'm about a couple seconds behind you.
Move. Hamilton got a really good exit out of that last turn and made it stick.
Yeah. Without if he hits any curb, then he's screwed. But he doesn't hit any curb, and he does a nice job, and he just breezes right by.
He's all over the back. Look, he's all trying to go around the outside of turn 9.
How was Mazepin been the second fastest driver?
Don't go up the inside there, Lewis. You remember what happened with Albon? Just don't.
Don't go in the inside. You'll get spun out like you did to Albon earlier.
Yeah, just don't. Just do it in a nice way.
That'd be some nice karma, wouldn't it? If he tried to go up the inside and got spun out.
He hasn't got a good.
Because Albon's right now in the AlphaTauri garage, so it's probably he'd be cheering and going, "Ha ha! He's such a sore loser."
Come
on! I need Norris to pass Perez. That would be lovely. A lovely job we can do that.
That is so much slower than a freaking McLaren. It so is. Come on. Like, it should get him at the end of this lap.
Yeah, he should be getting Vettel a lot faster than he got Ricciardo, because that McLaren is a really fast car, and Ricciardo's no chump.
Like,
Ricciardo's no chump like most of the drivers behind him. If we can get
a few more places, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, if he can start in the top 10 tomorrow, it's a really good race for Mercedes.
If he can get up to 7th, that's not a bad result.
Yeah, starting 12th on the grid, especially because he can.
Bottas, hold it off, man! For fuck's sake!
Verstappen wants 3 points.
I said Hamilton would become 7, so it's possible.
Yeah, I think he will finish 7th. I think he'll finish in the top 7 for sure. I don't know how high he'll get, but I think he'll at least get by Ocon.
Will he overtake Gasly though?
I don't think so. That's the only person I'm very like. We might not get him.
Outside, it needs into turn 1
and
takes 9th from Vettel.
I think he's got enough time though. I think he's got enough time though. If it was lap 19, I'd say that he's got no chance and he'd only get Ocon. But because it's only lap 15, I think he's got a chance to get Gasly here.
Yeah, he's got.
What a drive from Hamilton.
But I do not think he gets past. I don't Leclerc lets him by.
I told you he would never give in until it's mathematically impossible.
Well, the thing is though, with the Mercedes, it's really easy for him to do this because he's got such a faster car than all the people he's passed.
Yeah,
like he's got his car. It's so easy to get by. It's so easy to get by.
But then you've got like when you get someone like Ricardo there, and that's good at defending.
But he still look how far ahead Mercedes was at the end of qualifying.
Yeah, go on.
I think it's a big different story. If he doesn't go to 16th,
it's in these cars you really got to get a good exit in order to try and get by anyone.
Speaking of, it's only 5 tenths now between Verstappen and Bottas.
Oh, go on, Lewis.
I think if Lewis...
Bye.
Yeah, he's got him. Yes! Ocon's trash. Ocon's so bad. Even though he's literally... I think he's led the third most laps, but he's so bad.
He had no DRS. So
yeah, but I don't think Ocon's a great driver.
I think he could take Leclerc.
I don't think so.
I think he could take Leclerc. He's only 3 seconds behind.
No, because I don't think he's going to be able to pass... I think it's going to take him a couple laps just to get past Gasly.
Nah.
Ooh, but I think Verstappen's going to get Bottas this lap possibly. If he can get a good exit. It's now down to about 4 tenths. Oh, that's a bad understeer right there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's a bad. Oh, yep, a little bit understeer. That's a bad
It's
exit
alright,
bite.
it's fine. We're cool. We're cool.
And he's
Cool,
going to
down
turn
into
open that
turn
DR.
one.
He's going to turn open that legal DRS.
Shut up. You're not. Oh, here goes Gasly. Bye. I told
Goodbye.
you. Missing you already.
Jesus Christ.
Missing you
Hamilton
already.
is on fire.
I think it's because he's
Leclerc
gotten.
is
I think
next.
the big difference, and the reason I think that he's been able to pass so quickly now
Engine.
is because no, it's not even that. It's because now the people he's passing are outside of DRS range. So each time he gets to that last corner, and none of them have DRS, and he does, so he can just pick them off one by one. But earlier, everybody else is in DRS range as well, so he was able to.
Little gaggle of cars all grouped together.
Everybody was open down. Yeah, if you have three guys open down the back straight, it's really hard to pass. But when you have one guy who doesn't get to open it down the back straight, then obviously you can pass easier.
Good exit. 1.1 seconds. 1.2
Yep, he's opening that gap.
He's got no DRS. Yes, Bottas!
That's a really bad exit, though. He took a lot of curb there.
Good, Bottas. Keep it up.
Well, the thing is that soft's going to start to go away because that soft, it's still going to have a lot more wear. And you lose a lot more time per wear.
He's all right. He's going. He's cool. He's cool.
I think Verstappen gets him by the end of it. I don't think it's going to be soon, but I think by the end of the 24 laps, Verstappen's going to end it first.
No. He's going to do it.
Yep. Science says his tires are going.
Yeah, but that's the Ferrari. Like, Ferraris is shit.
I'd be happy to see the tires go for them.
Of course you would.
No.
Like, where's Hamilton in relation to
He's
Leclerc?
P7.
Like,
he's about a second back.
Like, he's about a second.
Why do we care what numbers they are? Show me the gaps. I don't care what numbers they are.
Like, and then if he can get past Leclerc and then
he's 2 seconds. No, he's not. He's over 2 seconds behind him.
If he can get past Leclerc within about 3 laps, I think he can take noise.
No, we saw what happened in Austria. It was not an easy challenge in Austria, and it took him 3 or 4 laps to get past him.
But
get past Ricardo this race.
He's got a much more powerful engine, right? And it's prone to overtaking around here.
I think Verstappen's playing coy. I think he's saving that battery. He's waiting for those tires to go and saving the battery, and he's going to go get them soon.
Nah, it's all right. It's cool.
I wish Norris was closer to Perez, but he's 2 seconds back.
Come on, Lewis. Get a couple more. I said 7th. If he takes a 7th, I'll be happy with that because
he's within 2 seconds now. He's under 2 seconds now.
Yep, you can get in there. Let's go.
I really wish Ricardo was having a better race.
Go D Smiley on Facebook. Go make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you go subscribe on YouTube, please. But it does help us raise money for charity.
Ricardo needs to pass Vettel. He's been within. I swear he's been right there the entire race. He needs to pass him. It's irritating at this point. He's got a better car. He needs to be passing him. I think it's interesting that Ricardo's been very all over the place this season for us. He's got 105 points, but he's been all over the place. Yeah. He had an underwhelming first half. He came out of the break really good, and then he's cooled back off again. He's been underwhelming again those last couple races.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing because when he came in this offseason, I was super excited for him because I was like, that's a great driver. He was outperforming his Renault, and he's just underperforming this entire year. But hopefully, I know it's stupid to already look towards next year.
I think once he gets a bit more experience with different McLaren, he should be able to pick it up.
Yeah, I think I don't like to look towards next year already because we still do have a lot of time left. Perez looks down the inside.
Yeah, nearly looked down the inside, and then he had his front wing torn off.
Yep.
But
I think next year is going to be a big difference in how we see Ricardo run when he has a full off season and a full time to really make sure that car is his.
Let's overtake Leclerc.
Look, Hamilton's got past Leclerc.
Yep.
Yes, right. And he went past into turn 6.
Yeah, he went past really easily.
Can he get one more position?
Oh, yes.
Can he get Norris, though?
2 seconds and 4 laps.
2 seconds with 4 laps. I think he's
Do you
going to
know
get him,
what?
but we don't know.
What? If he can get past Norris in a lap, he's
It
only
means
2
he starts
seconds
10th.
behind Perez.
Oh,
Yeah, but I
what
don't
an
think he gets by
overtake.
him. I don't think he gets past Perez.
Look at that. He's
What
gone
an
past.
overtake.
Look at that. He's gone past him into turn 4. Then
What an overtake.
look at that. Look, Leclerc tried to check back on him, cut back on him, and then Hamilton just held the inside. He's gone past 14 cars in his race. And
That's easy when you're that much faster,
race.
though. It's easy when you're that much faster, though, and you're able to get DRS consistently. If he was a guy who didn't get DRS pretty much every single time, it would be a big different story. And I bet you if he doesn't go to 16th out of turn 1, it's a big different story because I think we know how bad Mazepin is when it comes to illegally keeping places. So I think it would have been a lot more difficult for him to get through if he hadn't gone 20 to 16th on the first turn. I think it'd be a different story, and I think he'd be back in 11th or 10th.
1.6 seconds now.
No, if he finishes in 6th place, and he'll start 11th.
It's easy or not. But bad exit from Verstappen there. All over.
He'll start 11th if he finishes P6. He'll start 11th.
Yeah, but even if despite what
Oh yeah,
anyone
he's shook.
says,
Yeah, that's a
whether
shaky
he's
little.
yeah, despite what anyone says with the Merc, right, and it being faster and everything, right, the fact he's managed to get from bottom last to 6th in 22
I'm not surprised.
laps.
I'm not surprised at all. This is predictable.
Good.
Well, of course he's good. He's a 7-time world champion.
Like, it's a quality drive. You can't.
No, he's a great driver, but it's not something where I'm like shocked. This is expected. I expected him to get in the top 10 easily on this sprint race because he's good. And he's got a way faster car than everybody.
No, this has been an amazing drive. I won't do anything else. This has just been
get one more.
Do you think Verstappen's going to get him, or do you think it's too late now?
Too late.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be too late. I think Verstappen really did not have a great race. He's had a lot of exits that he's come out terribly, and it's cost him.
He's also had that gear sync problem as well.
And Sainz is now. Oh,
come on, Lewis. Get up to Norris. Get up to Norris now. Come on, boy.
Prez is going to get him though. I think Prez is going to get Sainz by the end of this race.
Yeah, he said that, but he's been stuck behind him for the last goddamn so many laps.
Yeah, but he's going to get
so
DRS.
much closer to Norris now.
6 tenths now.
7 tenths between him and Norris.
But we know how Norris
doesn't
is.
Get DRS off that Perez, then he is.
And I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
Oh, it's getting cloudy and so.
Yeah, Norris is
Norris
is about 2 seconds back. Norris is about 2 seconds back of Prez, so he's not going to get DRS.
No, Hamilton's going to get so much more DRS, so much more.
It's a really good exit, though. That's a really good exit by Norris to go into this back straight.
5 tenths. 5 tenths.
Oh, Perez is right there.
4 tenths. 3 tenths.
Can we have?
He's not going to get him. He's not going to get him though.
That's all right. We'll get him on the last lap.
You probably will, but you're not going to get him now.
14 positions, probably 15. What an amazing drive. Stellar.
I got to say, good job by Norris as well. It gets 2 places to start, and it's kept himself.
I still think Lewis Hamilton could win this race.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I think
not the sprint race, by the way.
No, but I think he could win this race in the end. But I think even then, as long as Perez can be good, and I think Verstappen's going to end up getting P2, I think it's going to still be Verstappen leading this at the end of the Grand Prix, but it's going to be a severely cut into lead.
And you see that Bottas has won both. Will two out of the 3 sprint races.
Yeah, Bottas seems to be the best when it comes to the sprint, but as soon as he gets in that Romeo next year, it's going to be a way different story.
Well, yeah, he's not exactly being fun, is he?
There goes Hamilton. What an overtake.
Go on, Danny inside. Yes, Lewis!
Yep. It was going to happen. With no DRS, it's really easy to pass on the back straight. It's such a long straight.
Get DRS on the way back. Norris will get
such a
DRS
long straight.
But he's too far behind.
No,
he's not going to touch him.
If I was Norris, I would just let it by because he's getting
anyway. Stay in front of Leclerc. Just make sure you stay in front of Leclerc.
Do driver of the day. Driver of the day.
Watch it go to Verstappen or both us.
If it goes to anyone else other than Verstappen, I'm putting in a petition.
They don't do driver of the day, right?
I didn't think so.
No, but it should do, because that is a driver of the day, that is. Bottom last to 5th. in 24
And he'll start in
laps,
10th.
even with a Mercedes.
And
right?
that's official. There we are. Bottas will win his second
Wins the
sprint
sprint
race.
race again. Right, Max Verstappen second.
But
Carlos Sainz,
crucially, that is still 2 seconds. That's still 2 points. That is 2 points now that Verstappen extends on Hamilton to go into the actual race itself.
It's all right.
Who the hell is waving the flag?
I don't know, but it's
International DJs. That's how far we
There you
fall
go.
here. Random
third
DJs.
is Sainz, fourth is Perez, fifth is Lewis Hamilton.
In 6th place, Lando Norris. I think that's a good performance from him. He moves up the field 2 places, and it's a good race for him.
Unfortunately, as much as I don't want, here's the thing: I wanted Lewis to get himself back up to the 5th or 6th, so he can start 10th and actually have a chance of getting.
I think it's still going to be
podium or
difficult though
winning the
because
Grand Prix.
he's got some people to get in front of us now. Still though, he jumps
Yeah,
back to 10th. He's still going to get past Vettel, Ocon, Gasly, Leclerc, Norris again.
He won't have to get past Ricciardo, but he can get them off the line.
Yeah, if he gets him off the line, he might.
Right? If he gets him he'll get him off the line. But here's the thing, right? If as much as I wanted Hamilton to get up to 5th, I don't want this sprint race to work because I don't want it.
I don't want the sprint race. I hate this thing.
I want it back the way it was.
But is it good that we have the sprint race because you were able to recover so much? Because if you qualified and had to go to start the entire race 20th, it's a different story. But now he's been able to start in 10th in the actual race instead of what it would have been 20th if there was no sprint race. So the sprint race in this sense is actually come in handy for you. And Doc, I don't think he's a different breed. I don't think that's truly it. I think it's purely the fact that he's in a faster car and he's a good driver. As long as you have those two things, it's really easy to go up and pass a lot of these drivers.
I don't think anyone else would have done it like Hamilton did today.
I think Verstappen would have. I think Verstappen would have gotten himself around the same spot.
I don't think so, honestly. Some of the moves Hamilton made are just incredible.
Okay, but I still think that it comes down to it's a lot easier. A lot of his overtakes were on DRS straights. Really easy when you have DRS when someone doesn't have it to overtake.
But then it's like you saw the one with Norris had to be late on the brakes.
Oh, of course. I'm not saying that all of them were.
Then you saw with Lewis with Carlos Sainz had to get into turn 4. And then had to defend of him into turn 7.
Yeah, I'm not saying that all of them were. I'm just saying about half of them, if not more, were.
Well, of course,
just
I think even with anyone, like it's going to be that. That's the thing.
Yeah, so I'm not. That's what I'm saying. He's not a different breed. He's just a faster car and a better and a good driver.
It's not over yet.
Of course, it's not.
No.
It's 4 races to go. You can't call it over yet. But I hate the whole he's a different breed. He's a great driver, but that is not the reason why he was able to take over so many places. But it's not. I don't hate Lewis. So don't tell me I hate Lewis because I don't. I'm just saying that to say he's a different breed and that's why he did this is just stupid.
No, I think for me, Hamilton is just.
He's just a good driver, and he's got the fastest car on the track right now. Simple as.
Yeah, but like.
Are you saying that him having? I'm just saying this. Does him having a fast? If his car is.
But there's been many Grand Prix that I've seen, and he's been on the level of Senna and Schumacher.
But I'm saying this though. If his car is 0.5 faster out of qualifying to where it's, the point where we saw with, the difference between if it was a closer gap where, maybe the Red Bull's faster, do you think that changes and makes it a completely different race for Mercedes? Do you think he gets as many points as he does, as many places as he does up if his car wasn't the fastest on the track?
No, but so
that's what I'm saying. It makes a big difference when you have the fastest car.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is that, first of all, to be able to win on a sustained level like they do, what you saw with Schumacher is that Schumacher was great at building a team around him that will work to give him the best car. Like, and that's exactly what Lewis has done. It's exactly what like Schumacher did with Ferrari, managing to get them into a winning position.
I'm not saying he's not a great driver. I'm not saying that he's not a really, really good driver. I'm just saying that having a faster car is especially with how much slower how much slower the cars are makes a big difference.
But in 2018, for example, everyone went to. I'll give you an example in qualifying in 2018. Is that everyone came to 2018 in qualifying and nearly went out in Q1. They were expected to finish 5th or 6th, even behind the Red Bulls, who were usually slowing them by 4/10 because it was Singapore. It just never suited their circuit. And then he pulls out a qualifying time that comes out of nowhere. That even the pit garage was like, how did he do that? Like,
oh yeah, he's a phenomenal driver. I'm just saying you can't be like, oh, it's just because he's a different breed. You have to at least mention, hey, he has the fastest car in the entire track.
Of course, you got to have a fast car to be able to do that. But like any driver's got to have a fast car to be able to recover the places he's recovered there.
Yeah, I'm just saying that Verstappen. I'm just saying
knowing when to attack. Right, and choosing the right moments is like being disciplined. It's like it would some of those overtakes he had. It could have been very easy.
We're phenomenal. But I'm saying going over Verstappen wouldn't be able to do this.
To do it one lap earlier, where he would dive down the inside, bumped into someone, and caused even more problems for himself.
Right? Oh yeah, but Verstappen wouldn't be able to do this. There's no way. Only Lewis is. It's just ridiculous. I think that's too far fetched. You can't just say only Lewis would be able to do something like this because no, that's not true at all.
No, there's only certain things I will say where the like there's only certain performances I'll pick out in Lewis's career where I could say that I haven't seen Verstappen yet do that.
Oh yeah, but this is not one of them.
No.
This is not one where
if Verstappen was 20th, that would be 5th place for Verstappen, or 6th, 5th or 6th.
Yeah, Verstappen would do it. I think Bottas would be probably 7th. And I think if you're looking at it, it's just that's what I hate as a whole. He's a different breed. No one else could do this in the world because it's just not true.
No, because he's on the same level as Schum at the minute in terms of like his record. It's level above Schumacher. So
it's a great drive. You know who really deserves to get a nod for having a really good drive that nobody's talked about yet? It's Carlos Sainz.
Carlos Sainz, he managed to hold off Perez he held off Perez for
forever.
Laps.
He pretty much held him off the entire 24 laps, if maybe 19, if we're really thinking about it. But he also got past Verstappen and took Verstappen quite a while to get by him. It took him 5 or 6 laps just to get by Sainz after the first corner.
Yeah, but anyway, that's the sprint race for you. Hamilton will start that that means he will start 10th on the grid for the race in the top 10. Still will get a choice of tyre. Obviously, everyone gets a choice of tyre. I do feel that Hamilton can still possibly even win the Grand Prix with the pace he's got at the minute. If he gets a good start off the line, jumps that gaggle of cars of Ocon and Vettel and that in front of him, then he could be set up to try and win the race as well, especially at the early part of the early stages.
Especially because Bottas can spend a lot of that race holding him back.
Yeah, the main thing as well is that Bottas again gets a good start and gets down into turn 1 first. That's going to be quite interesting. Well, actually, the gear sync problem becomes more of a problem for Verstappen in the Grand Prix. Because not to mention that's got to be carried. He can't change that. That's got to be carried over to the Grand Prix. That could possibly end up causing another.
Yeah, we take him to the airport later today.
So but we're gonna have to leave it there. We're back. So we're back for that race tomorrow at 4:45 p.m. 5 p.m. kickoff for the or lights out for the race.
Mid morning for me.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
That's after going to the member service, then going to have my COVID jab, and then going back again. So I'll see how I feel after COVID jab, but it should be all right. But yeah, we're back later for that. Make sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Hit the join button as well for join as little as $1.99 a month. You get great perks with that as well. Yank Talking Smack, what anything you want to shout out before we go?
Shout out to Lando, happy birthday! As you know, my favorite driver, so I'm gonna make sure. I think he had a great race. His race is gonna go under the radar for how well he did, because I think he didn't make it easy for Hamilton either. It wasn't like he just let him go by him. Like Bottas or like Russell would have just let him go by in that situation. But and then of course you can find me under Yank Talking Smack on Twitter. I'm pretty active on there. Not pretty active on much else, but I am on the Man United agenda quite a bit now. So, but thanks for having me.
Wicked. And T-Ho, where can I find you, mate?
You can find me on Instagram over at the Match Reviewer. Also on YouTube, not really that active over there, but a subscription would still be very very nice. So yeah.
Wicked. Make sure you go and do that. And we're back tomorrow for the Grand Prix. Until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.